This was the first successful Midwestern R&B group to emerge from Gary, Indiana by way of Chicago. The group's main vocalist was exquisite and impacted everyone who followed them. The group was one of, if not the first R&B groups to perform with their lead vocalist on one microphone and the rest on another. The group's chapel recordings highlighted the purity of a sound style that was completely their own. The centerpiece of today's video is all about the Spaniels. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. The Spaniels' rise to notoriety began in late 1952 when lead vocalist Thornton Pookie Hudson was persuaded by four Roosevelt High School classmates, Ernest Warren, Oprah Courtney Jr., Willie Jackson, and Gerald Gregory, to join forces in the school's talent show. They all debuted as Pookie Hudson and the Hudson Heirs for the Christmas show. Following this, they were so successful that they decided to continue to sing with each other. Not wanting to join the bird clubs such as the Orioles and the Ravens, they decided to embark on the name the Spaniels. In the spring, the group visited a local record shop that was owned by James and Vivian Brackens, who was also developing a record label called VJ Records. The duo immediately relocated their business to Chicago, Illinois, and signed the Spaniels and a few more acts. The group's debut record was Baby It's You. This was released on May 5th, 1953. "'Cause I love you so." Following this release, they released another single titled Let's Make Up. I got the taste of the blues. Now, the group performed frequently on the Apollo, the Regal, and other popular theaters along the Chitlin circuit. The group's next single was You Painted Pictures. And broke my heart, you told me, darling. Now, after Courtney Jr. was drafted into the military, VJ Records, A&R, and the group's producer, Calvin Carter, stepped in for a few months until James Cochran took over permanently. Warren was then drafted into the military, and the group continued as a quartet. The group recorded two more songs that failed to connect with the audience, prompting Hudson and Jackson to leave the group. Now, at this time, the group consisted of Carl Range, Gerald Gregory, James Cochran, and Dan Porter. This lineup only lasted for one single before Hudson rejoined the group. The group released its debut album, Good Night, It's Time to Go, in April of 1957, along with the single Good Night, Sweetheart, Good Night. Good night, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. By the summer of 1957, the group was back to producing great hits. The group was approached to make Hank Ballard's and the Midnighters' famous song Twist around this time, but they declined it, and the song eventually became a very successful song for Chubby Checker. By 1960, the group included Hudson, Warren, Gregory, Bill Carey, and Andy Magruder, and this was the lineup that recorded their final record for VJ Records, titled I Know. That you were meant for me. Magruder and Gregory departed the group in 1966, which prompted the group to break up momentarily as the label went into bankruptcy, forcing the group to disband until they figured out what they was going to do. Ricky Burden, the group's manager, took over as bass when they recorded for Neptune Records. The group's song Good Night, Sweetheart, Good Night was included into the films American Graffiti and 3 Men and a Baby in the 70s, which introduced the group to new generations. The group officially disbanded in 1974 when the group separated into 2 separate groups. One that was led by Pookie Hudson and located in Washington, D.C., and the other was the remaining of the group members. Hudson, among the founder members of the Spaniels, appeared on a PBS special called Doo Wop 50. Daryl Gregory passed away in 1999. Pookie Hudson passed away on January 16, 2007, after a long battle with cancer. Oprah Courtney Jr. passed away on September 18, 2008, at the age of 71 after suffering a heart attack. Ernest Warren passed away on May 7, 2012, at the age of 78. And Willie Jackson passed away on February 18, 2015, at the age of 79 from an uncommon lung disease. Now, before we depart, I have a few questions for you all. Which Hall of Fame do you believe the Spaniels deserves to be in? Also, what is your favorite song from the Spaniels?